When you add up the time spent on messy meeting notes, repetitive research, and manually moving data between apps, the total often climbs past 10 hours every single week. You can reclaim that time without waking up earlier or hiring an assistant. Most professionals know these tools exist, but they are losing those hours because they treat AI exactly like a standard search engine. This is the search box habit. You ask a tool to draft a single email or generate 5 quick ideas. It gives you an isolated output, but leaves the most time-consuming parts of the process untouched. This forces you to do the heavy cognitive lifting. You remain the person manually connecting the dots between isolated tasks, jumping between browser tabs, and trying to make sense of fragmented notes. To stop losing those hours, you have to move past single prompt thinking. The solution is a unified system designed to execute entire workflows from start to finish. The first step up the hierarchy is using AI as a workflow completer. Let's start with ChatGPT. Consider the friction of a 1-hour meeting. You leave with pages of messy notes and typically spend 30 minutes just organizing them and figuring out what needs to happen next. If you feed that raw transcript into the AI, it transforms the mess into a structured summary, a list of action items, and a drafted follow-up email. It handles the entire sequence in seconds. This applies to external research too. Usually, finding an answer means opening dozens of tabs, scanning articles, and falling down digital rabbit holes. Perplexity replaces that loop. Ask a detailed criteria-based question, like comparing laptop battery life and displays, and it provides a researched starting point rather than a list of links. The answer is synthesized, so you only need to check the sources to verify. Synthesizing information this way eliminates the drain of context switching. It turns hours of scanning into minutes of verification. Beyond research, there is the specific paralysis of staring at a blank page. You can lose an entire afternoon just trying to pick a layout or a color scheme for a new project. We can use Canva AI to apply the 60% rule. The goal isn't to generate a perfect final product, but to instantly create a solid baseline. You provide a prompt for a design concept, and the AI builds the foundation. Editing a generated starting point is much faster than building from zero. This same logic applies to organizational chaos. Think about the information trapped in scattered notes, buried emails, and forgotten calendar invites. Notion AI provides the structure to fix this. It acts as an intelligent workspace that can extract the important details from the noise. It works like a digital brain, pulling raw notes through a filter to create actionable project boards. You spend less time searching for information and more time using it. Removing initial creation friction is how small daily improvements become massive weekly savings. The peak of the hierarchy is zero-touch automation through Zapier. The first 4 tools make your work faster, but this tool removes you from the process. Think about a manual data entry task. You receive a form, copy it to a spreadsheet, create a task, and notify your team. Automation triggers those steps the moment a lead comes in. Data moves across apps with zero manual copying. High-level productivity comes from engineering a system where you are no longer required to execute the task at all. While random tools create chaos, integrating these 5 pillars, ChatGPT, Perplexity, Canva, Notion, and Zapier, creates a unified system. Try this for the next 7 days. Audit your work week and write down every manual task that takes more than 10 minutes. Look at that list of repetitive work and ask, could an AI do this faster? Automation targets the repetitive friction within a role. This allows a person to focus on the high-level decisions and creative work that a machine cannot handle. By shifting the manual burden to these tools, you stop competing on pure effort and start competing on the quality of your output. That is how you reclaim your time for the work that actually matters.